Hello friends, in last lecture we have started aromatic nucleophilic substitution, that is a part of our ongoing chapter, that is aromatic electrophilic and nucleophilic substitution reactions. So we saw that one or more number of atoms of the benzene rings, either hydrogens or some substituent atoms are replaced by the nucleophiles, then that is called as aromatic nucleophilic substitution reactions. So in today's lecture we will learn about elimination and addition reactions via benzene intermediate. So you know that the nucleophilic substitution reactions, so atoms, one or more number of atoms of the benzene ring are replaced by the nucleophile, then that is called as nucleophilic substitution reactions. For example, we have this chlorobenzene. If you are using a reagent like sodamide, that is Na plus NH2 minus in presence of ammonia as a solvent and minus 33 degrees Celsius temperature, liquid ammonia has lower temperature. So in that case what will happen? This NH2 acts as a nucleophile. NH2 acts as a nucleophile that will attack on the chlorine atom. Chlorine minus will leave because of this chlorine atom, this ring becomes electron deficient, so nucleophilic attack will be easier because chlorine deactivates this benzene ring. So this is called as aromatic nucleophilic substitution reactions. So this atom, the chlorine atom, is replaced by the ammonia. If same reaction if you are carrying out with parachlorotoluene, so this is parachlorotoluene. If you are using a same reagent like sodamide, Na plus NH2 minus and NH3 as a solvent, and suppose temperature is around minus 30 degrees Celsius, lower temperature. So what will happen? As expected, this NH2 minus will attack on this para position of this chlorine atom and Cl minus will leave. And what we will get is the substitution product of this reaction, that is CH3 and NH2. So this product we will get. At para position there is the NH2 group. But this is just a 38%, that is para-amino-toluene. This product is obtained as a 30% only. Then what is the 62%? So 62% the product we will get, that is another product, you can say unexpected product. See here. So this is meta-amino-toluene or you can say metamethyl aniline also, no problem. So this product we will get as a 62%, that is more than expected, and this product is unexpected because our leaving group is here. So NH2 group, whatever the nucleophile, should come at chlorine atom, this position, and then chlorine will leave. But this is the another unexpected product we are getting, that is also in major amount. So why this product we are getting? What is the intermediate? What is the transition state of this mechanism? So we will learn the mechanism of this reaction. So this reaction goes via benzene intermediates. So we will learn the mechanism of this reaction in details. Friends, this is that reaction. This is parachlorotoluene in presence of sodamide and ammonia as a solvent at minus 33 degrees Celsius, lower temperature. We will get these two products, that is para-amino-toluene and meta-amino-toluene. So what is the mechanism of this reaction? So this reaction goes via benzene intermediates, that is called as arine intermediates. So this mechanism having two steps. So we will see first step. So step first is a NH2 this is NH2 minus acts as a base. So attack of this base, abstraction of the proton. See what is that? So this is our starting material, that is CH3, and here is the Cl, and this is NH2 minus Na plus, and this is NH3. So this is step first, that is abstraction of the proton. This NH2 minus acts as a base. Base means abstraction of the proton. So whatever this hydrogen is there, this hydrogen which is present on the benzene ring, this hydrogen is abstracted by this NH2 minus. Byproduct is ammonia. So this sigma bond will break, and this sigma bonding electrons goes over here to form another pi bond over here. So previously that was a double bond, that will become now triple bond, and this Cl minus will leave. This Cl minus forms a ionic bond with this Na plus. NaCl is a byproduct, salt as a byproduct. See here, formation of aryl intermediate. So first step is what? Formation of aryl intermediate, that is NH2 acts as a base, and formation of double bond to triple bond. So this step is called as elimination step. Aryl formation step, reagent acts as a base. So what we will get is, we will get a benzene intermediate. So this intermediate is called as benzene. YEN means triple bond, or you can say aryl. Aryl, again YEN, triple bond with aromatic rings. So benzene or aryl, this intermediate we will get. Step second. Step second is the attack of nucleophile now. Now same reagent, that is NH2, acts as a nucleophile. So second step is nucleophilic attack on this benzene ring. This is our benzene. This is CH3. Now same reagent, that is NaNH2 minus, Na plus NH2 minus, ammonia as a solvent, and temperature is low. So now this NH2 has two chances. Either this NH2 attack on the meta position to the methyl group, as well as this attacks on the para position of the methyl group. So that we will get two products, one with meta product. So this NH2 acts over here, this pi bond will break, and this minus charge abstracts the proton from the solvent. So that will get protonated, and we will get this benzene as a compound and CH3 as it is. Second product, what we will get is, suppose this NH2 is attack on this carbon, then this pi bond will break, here will be the negative charge, this negative charge will be stabilized. So second product we will get like this, para amino toluene. So para amino toluene. This we will get as 62% as a meta product, and this is we will get around 38%. So now we can guess which is the major product. So meta is the major product. This methyl group, now after Cl leaving, this methyl group acts as a activator. It acts as a activator. So incoming group, that is a nucleophile. So activator orient the nucleophile which is coming to attack over here, that is the meta position. So this directs attack of nucleophile at the meta position, because in nucleophilic substitution reactions activators are the meta directors, while in case of electrophilic substitution reactions activators are ortho para directors. So this is the difference that makes this meta substitution is a major product, while para substitution is a minor product. Both products we will get in some quantities, because there has a two chances. This alkane is not symmetrical, this is unsymmetrical. So there is a chances this NH2 either attack over here or either attack over here. That's the reason we are ending with these two products in this reaction, because we are getting this benzene as a intermediate. Friends, now we will learn structure of benzene. Structure of benzene. For example, this is our benzene. For example, this is our benzene. So here is the triple bond. So benzene means benzene contain a triple bond. So this is the benzene contain triple bond. This is a different than regular alkyne, because in regular alkyne both carbons are sp hybridized, while in case of benzene these both carbons are still sp2 hybridized. Bond angle is 120. As we know that in sp hybridized that bond angle is 180, while these carbons are sp2 hybridized, so bond angle is 120 degrees only. So where these pi electrons are lying, because this carbon is sp2, so these electrons are present in sp2 hybrid orbital of the benzene ring. So whatever the sp2 hybrid orbital is there of this carbon, it contains one electron, it contains one electron. Resonance is possible, or delocalization is also possible. So what will happen? These two electrons might be present in only one orbital, while second orbital is electron deficient. So this carbon will be electron rich and this carbon will be electron deficient. Similar manner, we can write another structure also. Suppose this orbital is empty, this orbital is filled with 2 electrons, so this will be negative charge, here will be positive charge. So this is the structure of benzene intermediate. These benzene intermediates are highly unstable. We cannot isolate this benzene intermediate. But there are chemical and spectrochemical data, spectroscopic data, so that proves this intermediate is formed within the reaction. These two carbons are sp2, so aromatic character of this benzene remains as it is. The benzene are still aromatic because this pi bonds, 6 pi electrons are in conjugation form. Extra 2 pi electrons are in a outer sp2 hybridized orbital of that carbon atoms. So this is the structure of benzene intermediate. Now we will see what are the proofs that tells us that benzenes are formed within the reactions and benzene formed as an intermediate within the reaction. For example, suppose this is the reaction where this is a chlorine and this is a methyl group, this is also a methyl group, this is suppose methyl group, and if you are reacting with NH2 as a nucleophile, then there is no proton to abstract over here and forms a benzene ring. There is no proton here also at ortho position of the chlorine atom to form the benzene over here. So it won't show the product. It's not giving the product. Similar case, if you are doing a reaction with 2,6-dimethyl iodobenzene and same reagent, that is NH2 minus, then also there will be no formation of product. That clearly indicates that we required a ortho hydrogen to form a benzene. in absence of this ortho hydrogen, there is no chance to form the benzene atom, benzene intermediate, because this base won't find this proton to abstract over here. That's why if ortho substitutions is there, benzenes are not forming. That is a proof that benzenes intermediates are formed within the reaction. Now we'll see some chemical proofs that tells us that benzenes are formed within the reactions. Friends, now we'll see the proofs that shows a existence of arynes or benzene intermediates which are formed within the reaction. Suppose some reaction is there and you know that okay, here is the possibility of to form a benzene as an intermediate or aryne as an intermediate. Then what you do? Just react with furan. So this is our furan, and this is a benzene intermediate. So what will happen in the reaction? There will be a Diels-Alder reaction. It shows a Diels-Alder reaction. Diels-Alder reaction. So what will happen here? Carefully, this pi bond donates to this carbon. This pi bond will break, goes over here. So this single bond forms a double bond. So this double bond will break. This pi electron forms a sigma bond with this carbon. So these are the electrocyclic reactions. Just a migration of electrons from one place to another place. So this type of reactions are called as pericyclic reactions. So this is called as a Diels-Alder reactions. This discovered by the Diels-Alder. These were the two scientists. They discovered this reaction. So in this case we will get two compounds. In this case we will get the product. See the product carefully. These two pi bonds as it is. This one of the pi bond will break. So we will get only one pi bond over here. This carbon forms a bond with this carbon. This is second carbon. This is third carbon. This is fourth carbon. And fourth carbon forms a bond with this carbon. So 6-membered ring will form. These 6 carbons and these 4 carbons. Now oxygen. Oxygen is in between first carbon and fourth carbon. So here is the oxygen. So this product we will get. Secondly, here is a single bond. Because of this pi bond, here will be the formation of pi bond. So this intermediate we will get. In this intermediate, if you are applying some acidic medium in presence of some solvent like water or methanol, no problem. So what will happen? Suppose here is one hydrogen is there. Because this is the aromatic hydrogen, that hydrogen. So what will happen? This hydrogen, a sigma bond will break. Those electron comes over here. So single bond to double bond. This pi bond will break. Those electron goes over here. So this single bond to double bond. As one of the carbon valency we should maintain. Then what will happen? This ether linkage will break and those electron goes to the oxygen. Oxygen will be negatively charged. So this negatively charged oxygen abstracts these H plus ions and we will get a product. See the structure of product. Here is the pi bond, okay. Single bond, okay. Double bond, okay. This carbon, this oxygen bond is as it is. O minus form this bond with this H. So what we will get? The phenol. So this structure is called as alpha phenol. So we will get alpha phenol as a product. So this type of reactions are called as Diels-Alder reactions. So formation of this phenol, alpha phenol or this complex clearly indicates that the benzene are formed within the reaction. So this is the first proof. Second proof, if you are not having this furan, then what will happen? If there is no nucleophile, nothing other, so these benzene ions are formed a dimer with each other, so they will get dimerized. For example, see here, this is again one more pericyclic type of reactions. This is one benzene, this is another benzene. So what will happen? This pi bond will break, forms a bond with this carbon, and this pi bond will break, forms a bond with this carbon. So this pi bond will break, formation of sigma bond between this carbon and this carbon. This pi bond will break and formation of sigma bond over here. So we will get a product in presence biphenyl compound. So dimerization, both ions will get combines to each other and gives us biphenyl compound. So that is again one more proof for the existence of this arine compound or intermediate. Now we'll see the third proof, that is mass spectroscopy. So by using the mass spectroscopy, spectroscopic data, you can say that benzene are formed within the reaction. Suppose this is the diazotized product of the anthralinic acid. So anthralinic acid means orthoaminobenzoic acid. So this was the amino group and this was the benzene group. But we diazotized, so we reacted with Na, NO2 and HCl. So that NH2 is converted to the diazonium iron chloride salt. Okay. So this is anthralinic acid, diazotized compound. If you are heating this compound, then we will get signals. Those signals are 28, 76, 152. So these are the 4 signals you are getting. So what are the products? See here mechanism. This negative charge coming over here. So carbon oxygen bond will become double. Now this carbon has a fifth bond, so this bond has to break. So this bond will break, those electrons comes over here. So double bond to triple bond. So this bond will get break, those electron goes to the nitrogen. This positive charge will be neutralized. So the byproduct is, see here, this negative charge comes here, this bond will break. So one product is CO2, right? This bond will break, so another product is En2, and this is the benzene. So these are the 3 products. So this mass spectroscopic shows this 28 peak for this nitrogen, M by Z, that is for nitrogen, Z that is a charge. Okay, so this 76, that is for benzene. This 44 is for CO2, molecular mass. So molecular weight of this CO2 is 44, molecular weight of this N2, that is 28, molecular weight of this benzene is 76. What is for this one? 152. So 152 is the dimer formation of this benzene. Suppose here is another benzene. So this forms a bond with this one, this forms a bond with this one, and we will get a dimerized product. So this, in proper conditions, this will get dimerized, and that molecule is formed, that is biphenyl, has a molecular weight that is 152. So the peak at 76 as well as the peak at 52, it clearly indicates that benzynes are formed within the reaction. Friends, in industrial scale, the benzynes are formed by this 1-amino benzotriazole by oxidation with lead tetraacetate. So because of this oxidation of lead tetraacetate, this primary amino group is converted to the nitrene. So nitrene means 6 electron species of the nitrogen atom, that is highly unstable. Nitrogen, double bond nitrogen, here is a nitrogen, single bond, and here is the nitrene. So this is quite unstable. So what will happen? That will break. See here how these 2 electrons goes over here to form a nitrogen double bond. So this bond will break, those electron goes over here. So nitrogen forms a triple bond, means nitrogen molecule. This electron comes over here. So this carbon forms a triple bond. So this bond will get break, and here is the nitrogen triple bond again. So this nitrogen triple bond, nitrogen molecule, this nitrogen triple bond, one nitrogen molecule. So there is a byproduct formation of N2 molecule, and what will get the product is benzene. See here, this 2 double bond as it is, and this is a triple bond newly formed, and this intermediate is called as benzene or arine. So industrially, the arines are prepared by this 1-amino benzotriazole. This is structure of 1-amino benzotriazole. This is the benzotriazole. At first nitrogen there is amino group, that's why 1-amino benzotriazole on oxidation with lead tetraacetate. So it forms a nitrene over here. So this nitrene on rearrangement gives us a benzene. So friends, this was the last lecture for this chapter. So with this chapter our syllabus is over.